pledge for 30 days to just think of those small swaps of plastic free. Things like reusable cups. I mean, we are really starting small. Things like reusable containers. What else is there? Taking cutlery out with you instead of constantly borrowing. Lots of different things, and getting the whole family involved as well. So it's about involving the children in these conversations. Maybe even taking it to other businesses locally, so maybe they can make small changes as well. Have they thought about using hireable cups or a library mug?
General awareness on what we're doing with the plastic.
So just raising the awareness of the issues of plastic. So actually, when we looked at the campaign of plastic, the big plastic count, it showed that only 12% of the household plastics were in fact recycled. A lot of it sent abroad and incinerated. And although the Wales are doing really well at their recycling, we could change things and do better. So
And whereabouts are we?
So we're in Carmarthen, West Wales. It's a small town.
And the name of the street?
The name of the street is St Catherine Street.
Okay. And
this is Marble Refill.
Okay, lovely. We'll have a look at a few things inside now. Thank you.
So this is a collection of vapes just in 1 week that I've collected on sort of my route into town from car parks, and it's just raising the awareness in just 1 week of how many can be collected by one person. So it's just the waste, and also talking about how we deal with this waste. So a lot of these have just been thrown on the floor, and I've been investigating how best to recycle these and where to recycle them locally. So for us, the nearest place is Nanticouse Recycling Centre. They take them, which is a short drive for most people, and I think quite unachievable. So I spoke to a campaign called Recycle Your Electricals, and they said it is the responsibility of the people that sell the vapes to then take them back and recycle them properly or send them to the recyclers. It's an ongoing kind of investigation and conversation.
Okay, and you have got a box around the corner with a lot more in.
And we're inviting people to bring them in if they find them. So
lovely. Okay. Now this is what we'd like to know, what Granny used to do and what you've done here. Can you explain more about this, please?
So this is a workshop that I attended last week, organised by some local people. So it's a foundation called Safe Foundation, and basically they were looking at the commercial Wonder Bag, which is a slow cooker without the electric. So basically you pop your pot in the middle and then pull it up tight, and then it'll continue to cook under that sort of thermal heat. But what they didn't like about the Wonder Bag was the polystyrene ball filling. So they thought, how can we make this better? And so what we've used in the centre is offcuts from local woolen mills. So when they cut the blankets, the sort of raw edge goes to the floor, and they often have to pay to get rid of those. So they collected 60 kilos of filling, and we've been stuffing all the edges and the inner pillows with it. I've yet to test it out, but I'm really excited to.
I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
Skillshare as well, so
lovely.
I learned how to use the overlocker in that session.
Wow.
I think that's it for that one.
Lovely. And the last one is a new shop that's opened up.
Yeah, so I visited today. They opened on Friday, so it's called the Climate Shop, and it's up on King Street in Carmarthen. So Rue Hartwell, he's the director, and he's been working really hard to set it up. And he's changing the mindset of people. So when it's selling second-hand items, that sometimes they have fixed as well. They do electrical items, and basically instead of currency they use trees planted. So this would be 5 trees planted for these items, and that would equate to £1. So it's just making people aware as they're spending, they're actually doing something good as well.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.